Hello Jalal, today is Sunday and it's March the 20th, and because Jalal is coming, he came, I'm preparing some grape leaves so I can stuff the grape leaves and cook it and feed to Jalal some before he leaves. Okay, the ingredients of the grape leaves for stuffing is the meat. It's chopped meat, not ground meat, chopped meat. The rice, I soaked the rice for about 15 minutes, then I washed it and it's ready. The butter, the homemade butter I make at home. The zucchini, it's Mexican zucchini. I like to buy it very small. The grape leaves, the vines. And I want to go over how to carve zucchini. And I have a small opening so this can go in. And I start carving. So you have to be very careful when you carve it because it broke easy. Okay, it's done. Then I have the salt, the water and the salt, and I wash inside it. Okay, we're done from carving the zucchini. Now I'm gonna chop. I chop the meat, but I'm gonna show you how I buy the leg of lamb and the lamb shoulder, and I chop. And it's okay to have a little fat in it. It's good when it's rich. I usually boil it a little bit, just to one-time boil or two-time boil to take the foam out and put it on the bottom of the pot under the grape leaves. It tastes so good with the grape leaves when it's cooked. Okay, this is the rice. As I said, I already soaked it and washed it. It's ready to add the butter. Well, maybe you can buy a butter from the store and melt it, and yeah, but it's not the same taste. And then a salt. So the salt is about maybe half teaspoon, for 3 cups of rice. Now I mix the rice, and I have to use my hands. My hands are clean, so no other way. With the salt and the butter, I mix them all together. I start adding the meat. Then I add the spices. The black pepper I sprinkle on top of the meat. This is the allspice. And now this is a nutmeg, and I just sprinkle 1, 2, 3. Just a little bit, and I mix the whole thing. I mix the meat, the spices with the rice. So I add more meat, and I have to mix it well with the rice because it take time to mix everything with the rice to make it same amount. Now I'm gonna taste it. I know it's raw meat, but I like raw meat too. Very good. Very good. Before I do anything, before I start rolling the grape leaves, I start stuffing the zucchini first. So this is the way I hold the zucchini, and I get some from the stuffing, and I start to stuff inside the zucchini. It takes time to stuff the zucchini because it's have just a little opening here, a little hole. So the person who's doing that, he or she has to be very patient. A person who works 5 days a week, it's very hard on the days he take off to sit down and roll grape leaves. But I do it, especially when the kids at home, going to the store, buying the zucchini, carving the zucchini. Then you start liking it, then you start rolling it. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, now I'm gonna sit down and start rolling. I don't put too much rice because you don't need too much rice, and when it's too much rice it becomes like uncooked very well. So I just put this much. I don't know the amount, but you put it and you can see it, you feel it, you can figure it out in each one. This, top, and roll. The meat, you can buy leg of lamb and chop it. You can buy beef, a tender meat. I usually buy the tri-tip. You can buy lamb shoulder and chop it and make it from lamb shoulder, which is very good because it's rich. You can cook it mix with lamb and beef. Whatever you want, whatever meat you have, you can do it. And can you imagine stuffing for 14 members in the family? That's my mom. She has 12 kids, and she and my dad, they were 14. And she used to stuff grape leaves and zucchini for all of them by herself. And since my mother's not able to do it anymore, now me and my sister and I are both, we have to do it every Christmas Eve for the whole family.
You don't like my work?
No, you need to learn how to do it. You are with me now. You need to learn. When I say this is not the right way, you need to know what is the right way. It has to be loose a little bit to be more juicy. Okay, when this is filled, it's not all full, I just shake the pot so it'll become at the one level, and then I put few of these on top. Okay, that's enough. Then I take it to the stove and I slice the tomatoes. I usually put it on top just for the taste. It gives it more sour taste. I just add a little salt to the tomatoes. And I put it on top of the pot like that after we finish everything. And then I put those on top of it, some leaves, this way. Then I have a flat plate, put it on top of the grape leaves like that, and I add the salt on top. So this is hot water. You keep adding water until the level of the plate. That's it. Now I turn the stove and I leave it in a high heat. I cover it so it gets boiled fast. Now the water is not bubbling like before. It's coming down, so I can remove this top because I'm not worried that the stuffed leaves will be floating. I cover it and let it boil, and I turn it a little bit down. Now I look, and it looks good. No water, you can't hear the water bubbling. I tasted it, it's good. So I'm gonna flip it. Now the tray on top, the pot on the bottom, I'm gonna flip the tray upside down. كوسة ورق دوالي. يلا يما, let's eat.